Yo everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing Beast Wars Megatron and all his forms and glory. Take a look at this bad bot right here. Now, a little information about Megatron, and as little as I can get it, because Megatron is without a doubt the biggest player in all of Beast Wars. He is through the thick and thin of it all. So if I actually went through everything that happens with Megatron in it, I'd be here all day. I mean, I don't mind doing that, but most people don't want to sit around and watch that kind of video. So, a little information about Megatron. Megatron is a Predacon criminal, and through various means, he is able to obtain the Golden Disc. And he takes his ship, the Dark Side, along with his crew of Predacons, and search for rare energon material to fuel his war against the Maximals. See, Megatron believes that the Predacons should be ruling and conquering the galaxy instead of just being lapdogs to the Maximals. And who better to rule the Predacons than Megatron? Or at least that's what he thinks. Upon crash landing on Earth, the Beast Wars ensues, and, well, Megatron is there through the whole entire thing. His biggest claim to power is when he was able to use the Golden Disc to actually be able to predict the future. This allowed him to do various attacks on Earth, the human race, and the Maximals themselves. The first to note is when he actually attacked the Cradle of Life and threatened to destroy all of the human race before it even started. He was, though, stopped by Dinobot. Second attempt to win the war was when he destroyed Optimus Prime, Generation 1 Optimus Prime's face, head, and just, internal systems while he was in cryosleep. This, however, was prevented when Optimus Primal took in Optimus Prime Spark. Megatron's final attempt at absolute power, the major attempt, was when he found the Nemesis, reactivated it, and used it to fight the Maximals. Now, despite the fact that he was captured, Megatron still won because he was able to return to Cybertron before everyone else. How? I don't know. He was on the ship when they were going to slipstream, warp, lightspeed, drive through the transwarp, lightspeed, drive a hole, and he fell out, and somehow he still got to Cybertron before them. Well, anyways, he made it back to Cybertron and conquered it, removing the sparks of everyone on Cybertron and created his Vehicons. And he won! Plain, flat, and simple. Megatron in the end won. That was until the Maximals decided to fight back. And in the end, Optimus Primal nobly sacrificed himself to take care of Megatron, to defeat him. For those two to get reformatted into the core of Cybertron, which is surprisingly not that deep. But whatever. So that's about all you need to know about Megatron. Powers, abilities, and personality. Megatron is ambitious to no end. He's an absolute genius, one step ahead of everyone else, and always has the pieces in play under his control. He is a chess master. He controls everything that's happening on the game board. There's not one time that he isn't one step ahead of the Maximals. And if it wasn't for those 3 instances that I noted, Megatron would have won the Beast Wars many times over. And in the end, he still won the Beast Wars. He's incredibly intelligent, incredibly ruthless, and although he does not like to get his hands dirty, he's incredibly powerful. He's also very manipulative, able to make people do things that they don't want to do. Powers and abilities wise, Megatron is physically the strongest out of all the Beast Wars combatants, at least in its final form, throughout each form generation. So in the regular Beast Wars form, his T-Rex mode is better than everyone else. It's, his robot mode is stronger than everyone else. In the Transmetal, he's stronger than everyone else. And then in his Dragon form, physically he's stronger than everyone else, even Optimal Optimus. Although that is debated by many people, but Megatron won their fight. So I'm going to give it to Megatron. He is a decent combatant in hand-to-hand. He relies more on strength and raw power than actual technique, but he's probably one of the last people you want to get into a fight with. He also has more weapons than, well, most people in the Beast Wars, with the exception of Primal himself. So that's a little information about Megatron. Let's actually get into the figures themselves. Now right here is the 10th anniversary edition of Megatron that came in the 2-pack with Optimus Primal. It's basically the original Megatron figure with a changed head scheme and recoloring of the body. The T-Rex mode looks very nice and very reminiscent of what he looked like during the Beast Wars. As you can see there, it has the green and the purple color scheme. Kind of a light purple, almost to a gray color. The mouth can open up, but it shuts right away. And he has his little arms, which are useless because everyone knows if you get into a boxing fight with a T-Rex, you're going to win because they have the little arms. Anywho, the beast mode in this is actually really nice and very good looking. It doesn't have the most mobility. The legs can do some movability, and the arms have some movability. But the head can't really move around at all. The tail can't move around at all. It's kind of just stiff. So let's transform him real quickly. And you guys don't really need to see the transformation. Why? Because you guys have seen the transformation a million times on other people's channels. I didn't really go over Megatron's weapons, but the reason why I didn't go over Megatron's weapons is because he has so many forms that he has so many weapons. Very much like Optimus Primal. Megatron's transformation in this form, however, is fairly simple. Once I get it going. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Whoopsie. Daisy. And I left his missiles out because he has missiles in his thigh cannon launchers, for lack of a better term. Okay, get that arm out. And voila! Megatron is fully transformed. Almost. There we go. Oh, maybe. Get locked in there. There we go. And look at that beauty. Megatron is a beautiful robot figure. The 10th anniversary figure really encompasses what Megatron looks like in the show and just in general. The figure has a good range of articulation. He has on his thigh, right here, the missile launcher, which you can put the missiles in. And I do have the missiles. I just stored them away because I'm going to lose them if I take them out. And they shoot out pretty easily. The head is again the same. It opens up like so. And then the what is actually supposed to be a arm cannon in the show is like a grapple claw right here. So yes. So Megatron in his original figure, or at least the 10th anniversary re-release, is a beautiful figure. Very nicely show accurate. And just overall, a very massively good figure. And I mean massive in size. It's a big-ass figure. Beautiful looking, beautiful looking. So moving on to his Transmetal form. And here we go. Now mine is actually one of the Japanese releases, which is pretty much exact color scheme as the original, just a little bit darker. Now you can actually get a alternate tail claw here that comes with a golden disc. I don't have it. Sorry. When that came out, I was kind of done collecting Transformers for a while. There's a little hair in his mouth. There we go. So, you know, as with all Transmetal figures, he looks really good, really accurate, just overall nice. And as with all Transmetal figures, oh, and his mouth opens up. Very cool. As with all Transmetal figures, he has an alternate mode, which is if you move these down. Let me see if I can get them down. There we go. He has rollerblades and hover jets, I guess you would call it there, right here. Doesn't really spin that well. They do spin, just I was doing a horrible job at doing it. Meh. So that is his hovercraft mode. It's never really given a name. Megatron actually uses his vehicle mode a lot, but he doesn't really use the rollerblades a lot. He does it more like this, a flying T-Rex. Or he does it in his robot mode. where he uses the jets. So it's kind of like a alternate mode for just his beast mode and robot mode. But on a whole, good looking beast form and alternate form. Let's just transform him. Get this guy going. Take off the tail. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Give me that boom, boom, boom. Sorry. Bad singing. Horrible singing. I can't sing for the life of me. And Megatron in his Transmetal form is actually pretty simple, quick transformation, especially for the large figure that he is. So let's just bring these legs around. Whoop. And bring that up, and we pretty much got him transformed. Again, you guys probably seen the transformation a billion times over, so there is Megatron fully transformed. I really love this Transmetal form. It looks very Warlord-like, very badass-like. It's probably the form, he uses this form quite a lot, even into Season 3. He only has his Dragon form for 3 or 4 episodes. So, there we go. He has this little tab right here, which he can stick his weapon. And by the way, talking about his weapon, you can just stick his weapon on his hand right here. Boy, did I fucking love this figure. Sorry, I usually don't swear, but this figure is just absolutely gorgeous. And there's his tail weapon, which in the show was both melee and range purpose. It could shoot out bolts, plasma bolts, some kind of bolts, and just on a whole, really looking good. Just really looking good. Probably one of the best Transmetal figures out there. There is no doubt about that. So this Transmetal, and onto his Dragon mode. Now, mind you, the Dragon Megatron actually has multiple modes, but we're only going to look at his Beast form and his Robot form. I'm going to skip the transformation because this thing, I completely forgot how to transform. And I'm sure I'm going to do it wrong. So I'd rather do it off screen where you guys can't see the embarrassment. Hey. So, this has to be one of my favorite Transformer figures. And how can it not be one of your favorites? It's a freaking dragon. Great looking figure. Great color scheme. Let me see if I can grab the back right there. Just overall dominant looking. A good range of articulation in the dragon mode. You can kind of put him into multiple positions. Now, there was a toy mode where you use the wheels here. Again, I think the Optimus Primal, Tiger Hawk, and Megatron mode was supposed to be like, they have little cockpits right here, so I don't know what the deal was with that, but yeah. But the Dragon mode looks really good. It has a missile that goes right in here. I have the missile, but the launcher is actually broken. I don't know how it broke. It was probably before I got my hands on this because I bought this used on eBay, but look at that fierce head. Fierce head. And I always loved the Dragon Megatron, and it's a shame he wasn't seen that much throughout the series. It only lasts 4 episodes, 3 or 4 episodes, but it's logical because it was an unstoppable mode. Megatron could not be beat in battle, except for, I think, you know, Tiger Hawk beat him, but that's when Tiger Hawk was like God mode using Game Shark. That's actually kind of a funny joke because get it, Game Shark technology. Let's transform this bad boy. Okay, finally got him transformed. Actually, wasn't that hard. I am not as rusty as I thought, but here is Dragon Megatron fully transformed in his robot mode, and I'm 99% sure that this is accurate and 100% spot on. And boy, is this beautiful. One of, if not the best Transformer figures, and one of my favorites. Beast Wars, Dragon Megatron was just a fantastic figure. It's a damn shame they couldn't have them that much on the show, because, I mean, again, it would be unstoppable. The figure is not without its faults. One is the chest is not 100% show accurate. He did have this little orb there cockpit, whatever you want to call it, during some scenes, but it was more of a muscular chest. And the arm right here, the dragon arm, has very little articulation, well, at least permanent articulation. It can move a little bit this way, and then the head can move, but it's just going to flop back to position. Besides that, it's a just absolutely stunningly beautiful figure. Was well worth my money when I bought it. It is just great. One of the best figures in my Transformer collection, especially for the time that these figures came out. So yeah, Dragon Megatron. If you ever have a chance to get your hands on this bad boy, I would definitely recommend it. Look at this dude. He is just an absolute beast of fantasticness. A beast of fantasticness. Look at that. So that is my review of Megatron. Yes. Megatron, probably pound for pound the best character in all Beast Wars. Just absolute diabolical, absolutely badass. The figures were all great. There's nothing wrong with him. He is just that great of a character and that great of a figure. So with that said, I'm going to end this review here. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.